We cannot hear you.
Was a great political activist, and we lost a great asset in this town. Same with Bob Fitzer.
Oh my God, that's going
Thank you,
back.
Terry. Appreciate it.
That's going back.
Anyone else?
I knew you.
Okay, we're gonna get a little bit out of order here, as we normally do. Meetings that, when they put me in control, it's usually out of order. We're going, and this is for a good reason. Steve, would you like to come up and participate and talk to us a little bit about Jared Musial? And we have a proclamation we would like to give to him. Springfield Township firefighter.
You can go to the podium.
Oh, the podium, I'm sorry. That's all right. You were right.
And also an employee of the engineers department, right, Pat?
Yeah.
And Jared, would you like to come up?
Jared, come on.
Come on, Jared.
Oh, there he is in the back. I thought he was sitting next to Pat.
Share the podium.
Yeah, that's true. Steve, maybe you fill us in and talk a little bit about it before we,
Sure. If I don't get emotional, maybe it was a rough
it's
night.
okay. It's okay too.
Me and Jared were in the tanker 23, responding to East Palestine. While en route, we get separated from our engine. So our engine company was on the south side of the tracks. Me and Jared were on the north side of the tracks. And very chaotic. And we end up hooking up with East Palestine Fire on that side. And they told us to go down North Pleasant Street. And there was a building on fire. And we go down the street, we turn around, and it was only me and Jared standing there. And we had the tanker. We had no water supply, just the water on the tanker. Jared was packing up. I go, "You want me to go with you?" He said, "Make sure I got water." I said, "Okay." And Jared started fighting fire. He went around the corner, started attacking fire on a building. And the wall fire separated me and him because there was chemicals going down the drainage ditch and it was on fire. So we were knocking that fire down from going into downtown East Palestine. And when he got that knocked down, he went around the corner. Well, that fire kept coming and it flared back up. So we were separated. We only had one radio between the two of us. I was calling for him and I wasn't getting no response. And right before I put out a mayday, which is one of those calls you never want to put out, I saw the hose move and I go, "Okay, he's doing something," So I saw the hose move and the fire gets knocked back down. He comes around the corner. His turnout gear was all discolored from the heat. And his heel on his fire boot was coming off from the chemicals. And so I said, "Hey, are you all right?" And he goes, "It was a little hot over there." I'll never forget that. It was a little hot over there. So he gave me the hose. He went to go sit down and I kept knocking the fire down. Like I said, all that chemical was heading towards downtown East Palestine. So we did a defensive stop of those, not necessarily chemical, but the fire, those chemicals being on fire, because on the other side of the building that he was putting out were homes. So I looked at Jared, I said afterward, I said, "That was either the bravest thing or the dumbest thing I ever seen anybody do, but being he was my partner, it was the bravest thing I've ever seen." So, and Pat Genetti should be proud to have him on his staff. And I know if he's out on the road plowing or something happens, I know his character will come through as a county employee and help anybody in need. So that was just a real brief what happened that night. And he was there until like 1 o'clock the next day. Something like that.
So like around midnight, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, so he was there long and I ended up spending next 3 days there myself. So at the end of that experience, I was mentally and physically drained, but I kept thinking about what Jared did and I wanted to get recognized for it. So, and I'm sure, and I'm not downplaying other firefighters. I'm sure there's more stories out there about what they did. I just can only testify to me and him because we were by ourselves. You know what I mean? So thank you for this opportunity to honor him.
Nice, thank you. Jerry, would you like to say anything?
I couldn't really said it better myself. I couldn't have did it without Steve, and they said it was pretty emotional afterwards. We were in a tough spot, but we worked together and we got it done and helped the community of East Palestine.
Thank God we have.
God bless you.
Yes.
You know, what is it they say that when you're put in a difficult situation, it doesn't build character, it exposes your character. You know, and obviously, you know, that came from inside and that's why you're a firefighter, because, you know, as we all say, you know, you're the guys that are running into the burning building when we're running out, you know, so God bless you and the work you do and the job you've done, and also, you know, that you do it as part-time as well as your full-time occupation because of your dedication to the community. So thank you so much. You know, the proclamation pales in comparison, but Steve, and I think the big difference there is youth. You know?
Absolutely.
And so, thank you. Let us come on, let's go.
Up here, you can do it, shake hands. Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, Commissioner.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Commissioner. Congratulations to you too, Steve.
All right, thanks.
Very much. Thank you guys. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
I'm trying to get him to join hazmat.
I'm sure we'll find them a place. That's a no-brainer.
His family's here.
I think his family's here. Have them in.
Oh, yeah.
Family's here.
Jared, would you like to introduce your family?
Yes, this is my wife Cheyenne. This is my mother Rita and my dad John.
Hi, John.
Wow.
Nice to
Wow.
meet you.
You know, it's always that, you know, when you're a first responder, you know, you're not a first responder, your whole family is. You know, because they're always, you know, in the same situation as you are, you know, only from afar, you know, worried about, you know, concerned about and hopeful that everything comes out okay, because you just never know the situation, you know, that you go into and you know, I'm sure that every person back to your parents and your wife had something to do with how you react and who you are. So it's all good. Thank you. Thank your parents and your wife. Thank
You
you.
can see how proud they are.
Yes, they
Yeah,
are.
absolutely. We are too.
So you're part-time, you're what, a volunteer in what?
Springfield.
Springfield?
For Springfield Township.
Yeah.
She's gotta call her out. She's an EMT as well for Springfield and Beaver
Wow.
Township.
Your wife or your, oh, wow.
So you're all part of the,
Yeah, all part of the
Response
team.
team.
That's fantastic.
thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to approval of previous minutes of the board meeting number 30 from Thursday, August the 3rd, 2023, and approval of bills for payment. Do I have a motion?
So moved?
Second,
Roll call.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes. Legal notices, commissioners. Notice of a public hearing for restricting construction of large solar and wind power generating facilities in the unincorporated areas of Green Township to be held at 11 a.m. on Monday, September 18th, 2023 in the Commissioners' hearing room. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve legal notice number 1.
Second,
Roll call.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes. A House bill that recently came through, last year, enables townships to create zoning with respect to solar panels, wind panels, whatever the type of energy it is, within the township, if it's under a certain level of megahertz, or I think it's 50, that that enables the township to create zoning, but anything above that where it's considered commercial, the county has to adopt a resolution countywide with respect to that to be able to restrict the larger facilities. And in this case, we are looking to mirror what the local zoning and the communities do. If Green wants it to be, X, Y, Z because of their community, we feel that they have a better finger on the pulse for their own local community, so that we will do the county restrictions to mirror how they would want the local restrictions to be. So Green Township has come to us requesting this, and I'm sure that after one of them is initiated, that there'll be multiple other townships that'll follow suit or join on, and we'll have to go through the similar process to do the balance of the townships within Mahoning County. So just to give you a little insight on what that legal notice is referencing. Okay, journal entries,
Motion to approve journal entry number 1.
Second,
roll call.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes. Agreements, building inspection. We have Jeffrey.
Jimmy?
Jeff Furacino.
Jimmy.
Okay, yeah, sure, Jim.
Good morning, everyone. This is an agreement for building inspection with Network Inc. It's for their software information system. It's $3,959.40. It's from the general fund.
Okay,
Jeff?
Jeff, if you can hear us?
Yeah.
No,
It's Amy. I'm filling in for Jeff today. Can you hear me?
yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Anything you'd like to add to that, Amy?
no, it's, I couldn't get my buttons to work here, but no, it's our 12th year we're on this maintenance contract. So the software's working great and we're gonna give it another year.
Excellent, thank you, Amy.
Thank you.
Okay, Commissioners, OMB.
Commissioners, this is agreement with the Ohio Department of Health to offset the cost of public health activities.
Right. Engineers, C&D, Pat.
Morning, everybody. Letter C is an agreement with Boak and Sons for the roof replacement at our District 4 outpost for the salt storage shed. The estimated amount is $9,860. These are non-general funds. And letter D is an agreement with 90 Degree Benefits, Covenant Administrators for the dental plan administrative services for 2 years per unit pricing. And these are also non-general funds.
Okay, thank you. Facilities.
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning, Alan.
E is an agreement with CJL Engineering for engineering services for the courthouse chiller replacement in the amount of $14,400, non-general. F is an agreement with Break Fire Incorporated doing business as Silco Fire and Security for fire protection systems inspections and repairs at various county buildings in the estimated amount of $28,620 in general fund.
Okay, thank you. Jobs and Family.
Good morning, Commissioners. Good morning, Audrey, Nancy, and Jim. Letter G, Job and Family Service Agreement with the following non-emergent transportation services and the estimated amount. This is non-general for Evergreen Healthcare Services, $60,000. For Garwin Incorporated, $60,000. For Intercity Transit LLC, $150,000. A Blessed Path Incorporated doing business as Scenic View, $4,500. Merck and Associate Comfort Care, A-Van, $120,000. Letter H, Job and Family Service. This is an amendment with the YMCA of Youngstown for the Youth Development Programs in the additional amount of $800,000. This is non-general. Letter I, Job and Family Services, Amendment number 1 with Help Hotline Crisis Center Incorporated to extend telephone services for the APS unit until June 30th, 2024 in the amount of $6,000. This is also non-general. Thank you.
Thank you, Audrey. Okay, Jay, Sanitary.
Commissioners, letter J is an agreement with City Printing for the 2023 Summer Pipelines newsletter. These are for the printing services in the estimated amount of $6,968.51, non-general funds.
Okay, thank you. Agreements,
Motion to approve agreements, letters A through J.
Second,
roll call.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes. Resolutions,
Motion to approve resolutions, number one, additions.
Second,
roll call.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes. Resolution of awards, OMB grants.
Good morning, Commissioners. This
Morning,
is,
Anna.
hi, this is a resolution of award for Milton Township Mahoning Avenue Sidewalk Project to Daniel A. Terrari and Sons in the amount of $98,800, non-general and low bid.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you.
Okay. B, sanitary.
Commissioners, letter B is an award of the janitorial service at the business office of the sanitary engineering department, the Boardman, Meander, and Campbell wastewater treatment plants to a Better Choice Cleaning Company, in the amount of $42,000 for the first year with renewable options. These are non-general funds and they were the only bid.
Okay. Motion to approve.
Motion to approve resolution of awards, letters A and B.
Second,
Roll call.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes. Resolutions, Commissioners OMB.
Commissioners, item A is a resolution approving an agreement and expenditures with the following agencies funded by the American Rescue Plan Act, and that's Poland Township for $74,858. Item B is a resolution to transfer funds from the general fund to the bond and general obligation and water operating fund. We had two notes that are outstanding, one in our Milton Water District, and the other was general obligation, and the commissioners were able to use some of the reserves that we have in order to pay that debt down so that we wouldn't have debt issuance today. And we have Omar here who's going to say a little bit on our debt.
So we're paying down the notes completely, we're not issuing long-term debt. The current ratings, the county has three ratings. It has the sanitary ratings, which is a revenue bond. Moody's AA3, which is very stable and it's a very good rating. It has a sales tax bond rating of AA, Standard & Poor's, which is an excellent rating. And the limited tax general obligation debt is AA minus, which is Standard & Poor's as well. Currently, the county's in very good fiscal condition and the ratings, all the ratings are stable at this time. Any questions?
Wow, we're really good. Thank you very much.
The
Thanks.
county's financial condition is the best it's ever been on the debt side.
And I would say, if I may, thanks to Audrey, you, and some of the people with the auditors that are part of that, and all of our management team that have put this together and kept Mahoning County on board and above board for the first time probably in a lot of years.
Yeah, I can't recall it ever being this good.
It's never been this, where you would stand there and say that we're that positive on finances for A minus. I mean, I was here many years ago and they were never like this. So hats off to you and your team here in Mahoning County, Audrey and the whole crew. Thank you for keeping us there. And thanks to all the elected officials, department heads, and Dave and Anthony and myself that have given them the ability to go out and do what we need to do to make it right for Mahoning County residents. Keep it up.
Great, thank you very much.
So now we can buy buildings. Is that it?
You can buy just about anything you want.
Oh, good. I'm happy. Anything else?
Omar, I want to commend you, known you a long time. How you work so well with our staff, the auditor's office, and of course Audrey. And you know, the report today is very good news, and I think the taxpayers of Mahoning County are very pleased to hear that their county is being run efficiently and effectively. Mahoning County was steered through a lot of recessional times and times of high inflation, yet we've continued to balance our budget and our numbers have come in, our ratings show that, and we're audited every year. So I'm very proud of this board. I'm very proud of Audrey and our team and the auditor's office and you and your firm for working through us to keep it that way. Thank you.
The stability and the high ratings translates into lower interest rates and less cost to the county. So the taxpayer definitely benefits from that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Omar, I'd be remiss if I didn't echo the sentiments, but it's people look at individuals with a stereotype with respect to how they govern. I think that we've always considered ourselves here JFK Democrats and very conservative, and we were honored by the was it the treasurer when we did the open checkbook?
Oh, yes.
First,
Yeah, who was the
Josh Mandel.
Josh Mandel.
Josh Mandel.
came down to give us an award, being the first to incorporate open checkbook and total transparency within the county. And one of the statements he made was he commended us for our fiscal conservatively for being conservative from a fiscal standpoint, and also our fiscal responsibility. And he was very complimentary to not only the board and the staff, but to you and the job that you do on our behalf as an advisor for us and taking care of all of our notes, whether it be sales bonds and limited liability bonds, revenue bonds, on how we restructure them annually and how we readjust to make sure that we're getting the biggest bang for our buck. And like you stated, it's extremely important because, financially, it's just like everything else. In the world today, the people that have the least ability to borrow money pay the highest interest rates.
That's right.
And the burden's always put on the poor. The burden's always added on top of people that are less able to be able to pay their bills. And when we're in a good financial situation because of the approach we've taken, it's given us the ability to have very good interest rates, to have good bond ratings, and not to go through some of the gauntlets that they have for other counties that aren't in as good a shape as we are. So we commend you for being such a great steward of the taxpayers' dollars on our behalf as we work together over the years. And I've had the privilege of, in my 11th year, to work with you every one of those years, and
Thank you very much.
it's been a very good working relationship.
But it's really the county that does the work.
Yes.
Nice.
So it's really important that the county maintain its credit quality because it gives access to the capital markets. When you have access to the capital markets, you can just about issue anything you want. There'll be buyers.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Omar.
Commissioners, I wanted to emphasize too, though, that this, and Pat can just say that this will take some stress off of additional debt hitting the water district too, the general fund paying for that note that would have been an obligation to the water district. So that's gonna help give a little bit of leeway there for them to move forward.
Okay, thank you.
You gotta approve that.
Okay, C, on resolutions, EMA, OMB grants.
Morning, Commissioners. This is a resolution appointing a group of individuals to the local emergency planning committee. This is a 2-year appointment. It's required by state statute and the feds as well.
Thank you, Robin. And Robin, we do want to commend you for when we had all the weather scares out just recently, for all the work that you and your team did, making sure that we had the Amber Alerts type of scenario on our cell phones to warn people of the weather conditions coming. And, in case that they're not in an area where they can hear the sirens going off. And,
Thank
so-
you. We were pleased in the fact that there was a weather emergency, but there was no actual damage or anything, and it gave us an opportunity to see that the system worked the way it did.
Yes.
And we had a lot of good feedback about, again, how effective it was. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Robin. Okay, motion to approve resolutions.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I looked at the end. Facilities.
Commissioners, D is a resolution approving a 2-day unpaid suspension for one employee. E is a resolution approving the appointment of one maintenance repair supervisor for the department.
Okay, thank you. Hazmat. Steve again.
Approval of 5 resolutions, certified cost of recovery to the prosecutor's office due to an unauthorized spill, release or discharge upon the environment. April 29th, October 5th, December 8th, May 26th, and June 7th. Those are all incidences where they're billable incidents under the High Revised Code.
Thank you, Steve. Recycling.
Good morning, Commissioners. Item G is a resolution approving the appointment of one environmental educator. This is to replace a vacancy due to retirement.
Thanks, Lou. Sanitary.
Commissioners, letter H is a resolution approving the appointment of one field supervisor for the department.
Okay, thank you, Pat. Sheriff's Department.
Good morning, everyone. I is a resolution of necessity to purchase two 2022 Ram 1500 trucks from the Leitner Chrysler in the estimated amount of $99,498.99, and that's per the ORC 307.86.
Okay, thanks, Joe. Now, motion to approve resolutions.
Motion to approve resolutions, letters A through I.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes. Okay. And our presentation. We had to move you from the end to the beginning because that was the most important business that we did today. So that being said, any department heads or electeds have anything like to comment on? Audrey? Oh, there we go. Our new, our new, yeah, please come up and director and introduce yourself and.
Yeah, I just want to kind of stand up and introduce myself, Rick Tavarj. I'm the new Director of Children's Services. I just want to thank really the whole entire community for the warm welcome, just how gracious and supportive everyone's been. And I'm just really excited to be part of the Mahoning County team. So nice to meet those of you who haven't met yet. Looking forward to talking to all of you. Thanks again for the warm welcome. It's been great so far.
Yeah, welcome. We appreciate the background, the experience, the education, everything you bring to the table, coming from Trumbull County over to Mahoning County, and
31 years ago.
yeah, and did an excellent job there. We welcome you, and big shoes to fill, and great employees over there to assist in everything you do. We appreciate you being here. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think you'll do great. I look forward to working with you.
Anyone else?
It's too quiet.
Go ahead, Mike. We already did public response, but go ahead.
I know. I just wanted two quick things. Number one, Old Town Road, David, at Victoria Road East, there was a house that got started demolition last Monday. The excavator was there one day, left a gaping hole and left. House has been wide open. House was built in the 1920s. What are the chances of asbestos being leaked into the atmosphere? I think we need to get the health department out there because I drive by it every day and nothing's happened.
Is that Austin Town right there?
Old Town, right where Victoria Road hits it, the front of the house got a big gaping hole in it.
We'll call their zoning. They would be responsible, so.
And my only other thing is, I think we need to remind our legislators to help pass HB 120 this year. As you know, HB 128 was passed in 2021 to do away with the nuclear power plants, rebates. But it also left the two coal-fired power plants. We are still paying for the one in Indiana and the one in Columbus. We're still paying that bill.
Absolutely.
And they are fighting right now. It's been in the Ohio State Journal in June and July. The Representative Stevens does not want the legislation to come before a vote. It's HB 120, and it's dying down there. They can't get it to the vote for the floor. So we need to tell our representatives, let's pass this along so we can kill that legislation for good. Thank you.
Thank you. Audrey, anybody? Audrey, anything to add?
No, I don't have anything this week, Commissioner Ditzler. Thank you so much, though.
All right, thank you, Audrey. All right, Anthony?
No, again, just like to sum up again and thank, Jared, for your bravery and your leadership. And I want you to know you're working with one of the best men right there, Chief Sakely. I highly respect him and want to thank your mom and dad for coming and your wife. I know how proud you are of your son that took exceptional bravery to do that because those chemicals could have went either way. They could have been more explosive. They could have come quicker, could have burned to death. So, when you hear these acts of bravery, I think the public needs to know just what kind of quality people that we have and people do care. And I want to thank you for that. Omar, again, with respect to the county's bond rating and our financial health, I'm very pleased with the team that we have here. And again, the taxpayers should be pleased to know that their county is being run efficiently and effectively because the numbers and the reports do not lie. So that being said, secondly, don't forget Briar Hill Festival this weekend. Fried bologna sandwich.
Where's that at?
I don't know, where's Briar Hill?
What kind of festival is
wait a
that?
minute.
Is that
Italian
like
fest.
the Oktoberfest? Is that?
No, a little different.
How they want to claim my neighborhood. Did you see that, Terry? They want to claim Briar Hill.
Excuse me?
No.
I don't even know where it's at. What are you talking about claiming?
Well, then stay out of it.
It's the church on the hill, I say. Right, Jerry?
And if anybody likes cashews, there's one man that knows where the best cashews are in the
Oh,
world, and
my
it's Omar.
God.
So I had to say that.
Too funny.
He's not responding. He just turned around.
We fight over him. That's all I can
Good.
tell you. We fight over.
No, I want to echo everything that Dave and Anthony have said. Jared, God bless you and your family, because it's a team effort when you're a firefighter. And Chief, thank you. Robin, your system and Chief Frost's system works phenomenally. I was in church Sunday and the alarms were all over the place in church. Even with the phones off, that Amber Alert came through, so that was good. And I also heard the alarm from YSU there as well, so everything was working in the city. And Omar, thank you for, another fine year with your team here in Mahoning County. Good deal. We have so many good things that are happening in Mahoning County that sometimes you leave a meeting and say, I wonder if I said that. We have a new CSB director that I think is gonna be phenomenal for our people.
Megan.
Oh my God, she didn't raise her hand, Megan.
Megan.
We have to talk
There you
about
go.
Megan
You didn't bring
too.
Megan.
Yes.
Thank you, Megan, for coming
Yeah.
aboard.
You were hiding.
Yeah.
She kept going like this and I kept saying, I wonder why she's doing that. Megan is our new addition to our office. And she will be helping us with some of the things that we have worked with our staff so hard throughout many years, along with the ARP funding as well as with everything going on in Mahoning County. And I must say, most of that is positive. All of it is. I have not heard anything negative other than those that have nothing good to say about anybody. So, sorry, Audrey, I'm not gonna get crazy. I promised myself I wouldn't do that. But thank you for being aboard. We're happy to have you.
Happy to be here.
And I think that's it. I may remember something as I walk out.
Well, you can write it down and say it next meeting.
Thank you, David.
You're welcome. Audrey, would you like?
As Carol said, Megan is our new public relations director. If you ever see me, I'm usually the one up taking pictures and running around behind the commissioners and everything, and along with everything else that's going on. So it's to get the word out there, to get the information out there, to say what the county is doing, making sure that there's a lot of things in a lot of different media now that you can reach the public with. So they know the commissioners, they know the work that's being done from all of the offices of the commissioners and the departments that are there. There'll be coordination with other public relations officers that are in the county. Megan's gonna help us with all of that so that we can put forth a coordinated effort, something that is more organized. Megan has a lot of experience and from owning her own business in this area to marketing and everything else. And so I think she'll do a great job for the county. I think my picture phone will be good because it won't have over probably 12,000 pictures in here, and probably 8,000 of them are the commissioners and the commissioners' departments. So this will definitely take the commissioners into a new new direction. You know, this is it nowadays is all about information. It's about the media, and that's how things happen. And it gets information out there. The services, like one of the things with MCTA, they can't advertise. They're not allowed to advertise with the funding that they have. So to be able to have someone come on board and put out the word of job opportunities and programs that they're having, this will allow someone to work with them, get that information out there. JFS, some of the programs that they have and some of the financing is out there. We can use the social media pages and stuff to get that information out. So the communities know what's going on, what events and things are happening. And, you know, even our newsletter, way early on when that newsletter started, you know, I did a lot of pulling that together, working with Anna and our Convention and Visitors Bureau and trying to pull that stuff together. But it was me running, and I'm not a graphics designer. I'm not. You know, I did my best to do it, fighting left and right, but I did my best to do that, but to make it more professional, make it really something that our citizens can be proud of, that this is something that our county is doing. So even like with the bond rating, getting that information out there, how the county is doing. So I do look up, Megan has a lot to fill, but I know that she can do it. And so I'm proud to have her as part of the commissioners team.
Megan, would you like to say something?
Oh,
Yeah, please.
everyone, just I'm really excited to be here, and so I think they kind of said it all already, but I'm really looking forward to putting some new things into place and really just telling the story of what happens here and what happens out in Mahoning County and what the commissioners do, because I think there's a lot of positivity that happens, and I don't think it gets said enough. So I'm really looking forward to doing that, and looking forward to seeing you all and working with you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Megan. We're proud to have you. And I too would follow up with that is that 90% of everything that's going on here is moving in the right direction and all good things happening. But 90% of the time, you only read about the 10% of the negative, you know, so we need to keep the public informed of what's going on and what's happening, and through a lot of different opportunities to publicize things. So it's just the way of the world today. So we're moving in the same direction. So we welcome you. We thank you. Thank everybody for coming. Jared, congratulations again, you and your family, and the job that you do. You know, and the EMTs, your wife, I'm telling you, we're very short of EMTs, as I'm sure everyone knows. And we put together with Andy Frost and the team the scholarship opportunity for $400,000, I think we initiated in there, to give people the grant money to go and get educated to be a paramedic, an EMT, a firefighter. So you could get your education all the way through that grant to try and entice more people to get into that field, because it's such a difficult field to get into, and it's a tough job. And, you know, people are looking at different opportunities, and we're trying to make sure that we entice people and we help pay for their education to get them there. So we're happy to have, you know, half of your family here that's involved and participating in the first responders. So thank you on that respect. I read this morning that, you know, yesterday was the filing. No, that wasn't the filing deadline. That was a week ago. But they went through all the petitions to certify them at the Board of Elections meeting. And I saw that there was 9 or 10 incumbents that were not certified running for re-election, that did not properly fill out their petitions to run for office, and over 20 total that had filed that were not properly, you know, did not properly fill out their petitions to run. So, I mean, first and foremost, you know, you've got to, you know, read the instructions. you know, my wife tells me I'm anal, you know, because with numbers, but you know, some things you have to be. Some things are very important and you can't get your name on the ballot unless you know, put your petitions out together and submit them properly. So it's sad because there's some good people that now are disqualified from running for office. So it gives opportunities to others. So I just want to congratulate everybody that is on the ballot and those who aren't, keep involved and, you know, keep working for the betterment of your community. All right, thank you again, Omar, and appreciate it. And with that, I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficant?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes, thank you.